Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Something very cool has happened almost a day ago, and we are here to take a look at it. Of course, it is the trailer for Godzilla -1.
And now, last time we watched a trailer, we got hit with a copyright notice. So I have went through the trailer and turned it into a PowerPoint. I'm gonna link it again so Titano can get to it easier.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
And now the URL is visible, which, all right.
Whoops. Oh well.
Well then.
Yes, Godzilla fan 2011.
This is a very well put together stream.
My bad.
Yes, we will eventually make a kaiju profile for this guy, unlike Singular Point Godzilla, which we pretend doesn't exist.
He will never get one.
I haven't even watched it yet.
Don't ask for him. He will never get one.
Oh no, Golden is joking. It's good. He's joking. It's just we were waiting for season 2, and that never happened. So it would be awkward to do it now. So
Yeah, it's a bit up in the air.
But now wasn't there just a rumor about something about season 2?
you mean one that got made up? Sure.
One guy moment.
All right. So
His dad works for Nintendo. It's fine.
where are we starting?
Well, yeah. Just hit view and turn the PowerPoint full so we can.
Let's see, slideshow.
There we go.
All right, so we're gonna pretend we're watching a trailer, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just talk about each thing. This was like kind of striking for it to open on to me, that it was like a lost child running the opposite way of everything, clearly like confused. Like that, I feel like that kind of gives us the indicator of the tone of what this is gonna be like immediately.
Yeah. It's like, I have a feeling this film is going to be tonally very Whiplash, but in the right kind of way. Like, the moments where there is hope will immediately be like contrasted with despair. It will be one of those ones.
Yeah.
And this must be from earlier in the movie because they don't know Godzilla yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, because this is written and directed and had the special effects supervised by one person who's had an affinity for this specific Godzilla design since, I want to say, whenever he did the second Always movie.
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to have a very strong, vision for how this Godzilla is going to move and act. We see it in the trailer. A lot of wide shots of his destruction, and it's very stark and it's impressionable. It's really cool. It instills a sense of dread that I think is really cool.
So, slide 3. This character is named Koichi Samejima and played by Ryunosuke Kamiki. Kamiki was recently directed by Takashi Yamazaki, who's the director of this movie, in his fantasy movie Yokaipedia. He was also in both of Takashi Miike's The Great Yokai War movies and played a monster baby in Big Man Japan. So
oh my god, that was him?
Nice.
When is Big Man Japan getting a profile? I love that movie.
So he's our lead. Let's see, we got 2 train guys kind of doing the poggers face.
Holy shit, it's Godzilla, I'm so excited.
Remember.
Yeah, that's that might be a reference that there's a very similar shot in the original Godzilla.
The whole train thing is.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 1-month membership, Plague Doc 2349. Titanosaurus better show up, or movie is worse than the Halo TV show.
What a very specific thing to point to. Gotta respect it.
Yeah. So that's more than likely that. And then Les had pointed out in our notes document that Godzilla has a long history with trains from both this 1985, Godzilla 2000, and even Chibi Godzilla
Shin
It's also
Godzilla is when
62
they got
as
their
well.
revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an
Multiple
excellent
trains.
point. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, in fact, it took multiple trains, including bullet trains, but they all got their revenge on them.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be a tribute of sorts.
Yeah, framing is very similar. Yeah.
So we'll finally put that on, and now we can. Go
So
on
we
to
can
the
agree
next-
Baggins is going to be in the movie, right?
Oh yeah, and then Douglas is going to show up as well.
We're bagging.
The G-Man has a very long history with trains.
And this shot here seems to be almost a shot-for-shot remake of this one from the original.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Oh no! Wait. No. Wow.
Is that Godzilla? No.
Yeah, it is. With this, I loved this shot, just like how the smoke was like forming around him, like it was like shaped, and as he just slowly emerged out of it.
You know what?
This is definitely one of the movies that screenshots do not do it justice.
Oh, yeah.
You have to see it.
It has
in
to be
motion.
in motion.
Oh, and I already made a community post on the Wikizilla channel about a couple of shots that were like that are you would look at them and see, oh, that's like Godzilla 2014, and this one's of the like
Kinda.
reminds me
Yeah.
of the tease of
This
the.
is this is more of a silhouette, and the
Yeah.
one we see is like him proper.
I mean, I feel like Legendary, like even though some people in call right now don't like some of Legendary's recent Godzilla efforts. Like I feel like aesthetically there is good impact that it's made on the franchise. A lot of the really cool, striking aesthetics have been carried over to the rest of the franchise.
There's a shot from Godzilla vs. Kong that's referenced in this trailer. Like it's like we're even referencing that. Something as recent as that.
Of course.
Wait, which one are you talking about, Golden?
The atomic breath under the ship.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
There's so many shots that are like callbacks to the MonsterVerse. Oh,
But it's in a much more seemingly depressing movie.
Yeah, it's like they have an artistic vision, but they also know what's made money.
Yeah, definitely.
so slide 7. This character is named Noriko Oishi and played by Minami Hamabe, who co-starred as Ruriko in Shin Kamen Rider earlier this year.
I was about to ask. Yeah, I think I recognize her.
Hamabe was a winner of the new generation prize at the Toho Cinderella audition in 2011, joining a long line of actresses discovered by the audition that crossed over into tokusatsu media. The other most famous are Yasuko Sawaguchi, who was Naoko in The Return of Godzilla, and Erika in Godzilla vs. Biollante, Megumi Odaka, Miki Saegusa, and Masami Nagasawa, one of the Millennium Shobijin, and Hiroko Asami in Shin Ultraman.
I'm glad that actresses and actors from like the Shin stuff are just showing up in a bunch of kaiju media now.
It reminds me of the show era in a way.
And this
It's a really good shot. I
Yeah.
really like it.
Godzilla reflected. There was a really cool image that we saw. I'm gonna put it up on screen right now. That
This isn't Godzilla -1 anymore. This is Godzilla +1.
no, it's Manila
Godzilla
minus
eating
one.
for two.
I'd say it's like Godzilla half and half.
Oh yeah,
Or Godzilla
2.5
1.5 because he's half. Yeah.
2.5 Godzilla. All right, so yeah, so
God damn.
That's Oishi, played by Minami Hamabe, and now we look at this shot of Godzilla about to chomp down again.
If you notice carefully, this Godzilla has visible gills. Again, he's got them on the side of his neck. They are. You can see the gill slits on the side of his
Oh,
neck,
yeah.
which is kind of a neat touch.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a neat design. I like that.
So the design, as everyone's already pointed out, is pretty much just a touched up the Ride Godzilla, which was made by the same director.
He's got a vision for Godzilla.
And that Godzilla is pretty much, the scaly skin and stuff. It's right from the MonsterVerse Godzilla, but it's got a more traditional silhouette.
Yeah. The texture reminds me of some close-ups of the 2014 one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you can see a little bit of,
Muddy texture.
because the same director did Always, you can see a little bit of similarities to that nightmare sequence Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, and
The-
so we got the tail here.
This sequence especially kind of gives me chills a little because you see people like flying up as the tail swipes. I don't know if you have that slide.
I don't. I'm sorry.
There's
But,
a
like-
shot like right after that shows a bunch of people being flung up by the tail, and it's pretty eerie.
Like, in so many recent things, like they've made Godzilla like bigger and bigger, but making him smaller and so
Yes.
much more intimate is so much scarier.
I was going to bring that up. It's having a smaller Godzilla is effective too.
And it definitely works given the architecture of the era we are at here. This is before Japan's economic miracle really kicked in, so they don't have that many tall buildings anymore. Most of them were destroyed during the conflict, so it makes sense to have a smaller Godzilla because it really adds to the sense of scale.
The conflict trademark.
World War II, we'll put that right there. There is a shot later on which pretty much confirms what year this takes place in.
Hope I got that one. maybe I'm stupid.
Much more fetty.
God.
I was darn it, I was thinking of something and I was looking for it and I forgot what I was looking for.
Do we want to move on to the next batch?
Well, the slide says something about this. So, this takes place in Ginza, based on the presence of Tenshodo, the rightmost building, a model train shop that was rebuilt / renovated in 1946. Let's see. Next slide.
This
Oh,
scared
yeah,
the hell out
that's
of
the
me.
shot.
Yes,
That's
this
the
is
shot
a
I was
really
talking
cool
about.
shot.
Oh yeah,
That
Flying up.
Yeah, Cooper, you were talking about square cube law with this.
Yes.
I want to explain what that is to.
So the square cube law is it's a fundamental law of physics, and it's the idea that it governs everything from sort of surface area to homeostasis, and also in this case how much pressure a specific object applies. Larger objects have less surface area proportionate to their size compared to smaller objects. So as a result, this means that Godzilla's weight is being distributed over a comparatively small area, which is the soles of his feet. So because he is so large and so heavy, essentially his steps are causing the ground to buckle underneath him and break. And that's creating these fissures and these rises here, which are literally throwing people into the air. Of course, if the square cube law was followed religiously, I mean, it would be a bit disappointing because, obviously, giant monsters couldn't exist with the square cube law. But it's a nice compromise, and it's something which isn't done very often. There's only really a handful of examples of tokusatsu media where I think they acknowledge it in this way.
So yeah, that's why you see whenever he steps, the crackling, the road lifts up. That's something you don't. Koopa was before we got on stream. That's like something you don't really see.
Yeah. It's weirdly enough, and this is a very tenuous connection. The only other thing I can think of recently which kind of touched upon the square cube law is 20 years old. It's Kamen Rider J, where you have the jumbo formation, how when he first lands on the ground, you can see it collapses under his weight. And yeah, it's weird, but I guess it makes sense that we'd have it here with Godzilla, especially in its use here, because it's being used to provide a sense of horror to it, which really quite cool.
And
Equally weird that saying 20 years ago, you mean 2000 and not 1980.
Yeah.
KJX
Christ,
donated
we are-
$20. It said, "Are you guys fond of the Big G back spike? I like the new design a lot.
I really like
because
it.
it's like a touched up old version. But
The-
can we go back one slide real fast? This this one. This scares the hell out of me. The building falling over and everyone clinging to it. That's the scariest shot in the trailer.
The fact that everyone's carrying, like, multiple people on the roof appear to have been carrying cameras with them. You can see one at the very far right. Makes me think this could be referencing that one scene in Godzilla 1954 with the reporters on the tower that Godzilla tips over.
Oh yeah, and Golden, did you have thought on a Big G back spike, the sharp one that gave this new design?
I have no opinion on Godzilla back shot spikes.
I thought it was. I think it's all right. It's like the Millennium Godzilla, but yeah. Anyway, this shot, you have the people running away, and Godzilla. You can actually see Godzilla stepping on people, which
Yes.
that's something that.
I know some people are gonna have a field day with that.
Well,
Well, hey,
Let's not talk about
we'll
that
get,
aspect.
we'll
but
get
let's
to
talk
show
about
them
the
how
scary-
horrifying the
It's
actual
scary.
implications
It's
of that
actually
is.
scary, but
so Squid had brought up earlier that this movie seems to have a larger focus on the human cost of a kaiju attack than we've seen in a while, rivaling like the original 1954 Godzilla and
Yeah.
to a lesser extent Shin Godzilla. But yeah, this movie's like going really hard on like showing the human toll, and that's why as we were talking earlier, it's kind of makes it like a horror movie, feel like a horror movie.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we have a returning landmark in this scene. Do any of you in the chat recognize it?
It's Godzilla.
yeah.
But if you notice that, in seriousness, if you look at the building here on the right, you will notice it has a very familiar curve on the outside.
Tokyo PX. I don't know what that is. I'm very stupid.
So the PX is an abbreviation for, let me go to the document because I wrote down the full name of it. Where is it? Come on. It is the Army and Air Force Exchange Service. And that's because it's the Waco building. They occupied it from the end of World War II to 1952, so basically through the majority of the occupation era. So we are returning to an iconic landmark from Godzilla 1954, but of course we're visiting it for the first time in this continuity.
oh yeah, and the bomb, shape of the bomb,
Yeah.
it's
Mushroom.
Squid
Yeah.
pointed out that
Like this and the next shot of like the buildings being destroyed look pretty identical to the test footage of the Apple II Operation Q atomic bombing tests, which have gotten used in stock footage for like 100 movies, which is kind of messed up in retrospect. But you know, just like if you ever seen the footage of the house getting eviscerated.
oh yeah, that's
That one.
used in Godzilla 2014 in the beginning, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that one.
And here's the clock.
Oh, they're talking. There are people in chat saying that there's an echo to the voices.
I mean, I'm wearing my earphones, so there shouldn't
Titano,
be
do
any
you have
feedback from
2
me.
sessions open?
Here's the clock.
That could be it.
Two sessions open. Well, I have.
If you have YouTube unmuted, that might be doing it.
No, I don't have it unmuted. I have it muted.
We sound like ghosts.
Ghost.
Oh, spooky.
Let's see. What else do we have? Let's close out some of this.
Don't show
Godzilla Destroyer Kaiju 1968's got the connection. Yes, that is the building from Godzilla 1954, as indicated by the clock tower on top.
I wonder what year Destroy All Monsters came out.
1968.
There it is.
What's that audio like? This is a nice ass clock here. You gotta tell the time.
Ghosts. Ghosts. Toast.
Hey, you know what they say? All toasters toast toast.
There's a question someone asked Squid, what color do you hope Godzilla's atomic breath is? Well, you see it in the trailer.
Yeah. If like, honestly, personally though, if we're just saying like just what I would like his breath to be, honestly, white. Honestly, like make it like original 1954 if I was doing it, but we see it in the trailer already, so my hope doesn't matter.
Why are you white?
If Godzilla doesn't die, it's just the Mega Gears timeline with the red. That's definitely a thought. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The Derpy Lizard says Godzilla fans when Tokyo looks like Tokyo.
Oh yeah, so
Thanks
this
for the
shot,
$5, by the way, Almighty Oreo. I forgot to say thank you.
this shot is also like in Godzilla 2014 where he's going below the destroyer. Where Dr. Serizawa's on, and
Will Mecha Serizawa be in this movie?
God.
you know that some people are asking that.
If he's gonna be a mech?
No, some people are asking if he's gonna be in this movie, Mecha Serizawa.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt like there's like a kid character running through the streets, and it's like, what's your name, boy? He's like,
That would be a cool
Serizawa.
reference.
Oh, that's
He'll
just
die-
like
he'll die though, so they can't make it a sequel.
oh.
They can't make a sequel.
All right, so what does the slide say about this? Let's see. Slide 19. Oh yeah. Oh, here. It's still no positive ID for the warships in this scene just yet. However,
Yes.
they're shown wearing Japanese flags in another shot, meaning that they're likely ex-IJN ships rather than from the Allied occupation forces.
Yeah, it gives me the impression that maybe if the USA is playing like a direct role in this, that they're just going to tell Japan you can use your own what you've got left to
So
handle it, which is going to be very bleak.
I don't know anything about warships, but Cringe Baby 2 did bring up it might be a Ninchin class destroyer.
He said the ship Godzilla is swimming under is a de-armed Japanese seaplane carrier Nishin. It's a
Yeah, that's probably it. I just Googled it. That does look identical.
Yeah, it's a sea. In which case, that's a seaplane carrier, which is kind of a neat touch. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, it's got the right shape to it. It's...
Yeah. Thank you, baby.
Thanks for the ID, Cringe Baby 2.
Oh, so next slide. Samejima's name tag reads 601st Second Lieutenant Samejima. The 601st Naval Air Group participated in World War II, including at the Battle of the Philippine Sea, the Battle of Leyte Gulf, and against air raids on Japan.
Yeah, they were kind of an important unit. Basically, Japan's equivalent to carrier strike groups, you could argue.
This shot, we have no notes. It's just scary.
French Baby 2 also points out that the cannons on the warships have no barrels on them, which gives the impression that they're demilitarized, which the USA did actually do on occupying Japan. A lot of the remaining aircraft and warships they had their weapons and, like, even in some cases, their propulsion removed to make them impossible to use. So, you know, that's grim if they're sending out warships that don't even have any means to protect themselves.
Zagordan says, I hope Greg is in this movie. Thank you, Zagordan.
There's just a guy. His name is Greg. I hope he's in it.
He's there in the bag.
The microfilm is the property of the United States government.
by showing the emblem of the Department of War here, we have a rather concrete time frame in which this film is set. A lot of people are saying that the film is set in 1947, and this is one of the big pieces of evidence, as the War Office was disbanded in 1947. There is also, not in this trailer, but there's something from which mentions Godzilla being detected by America, and it was dated to the day of the Paris Peace Treaties, which also happened in 1947.
Thank you for the £5, Kaiju Fan 1954. And to answer your question, no, I've never figured out why people call Godzilla 2000 Jerry Riviera. It will continue to remain a mystery. But a thing about this shot that I'm not going to spend too long belaboring because the movie's not out yet. Like when Shin came out, a lot of people talked about a lot of anti-American sentiment in this movie. I think we're going to get a repeat of that discourse here. I think there is going to be at least a layer of anti-American sentiment in this.
Yeah.
Which, like, we melted 2 cities of people. We deserve it.
Thanks for the $2, Rochasaurus. Happy 69th, Godzilla.
Oh my god, Rocha. Come on.
All right, so we see in this shot the character giving a presentation. His name is Kenji Noda, and he's played by Hidetaka Yoshioka. Yoshioka previously portrayed the main character of Takashi Yamazaki's Always trilogy, and imagines a story involving Godzilla in the second film. Said movie also released on Godzilla Day, November 3rd, the same as Godzilla 1954 and -1.
And like the way the shot is framed, it reminds you of Dr. Yamane's presentation in the original movie. I don't know. That's probably purposeful. There's a lot of parallels. I'm sure there's going to be a GIF set on Tumblr by the end of the day.
The thing that's curious here as well is we have the coastline of Japan on the projection slide, but in the middle of Sagami Bay, kind of beyond the entrance to Tokyo Bay, there's this large shape, and that makes me wonder if it's Godzilla's path or maybe something else relating to him.
PP trail.
So
That's right.
maybe this
That's
isn't that
right.
interesting, but Tokyo only existed in this form, Tokyo Metropolis, since 1943. Previously, there was a Tokyo City, which was the capital of Tokyo Prefecture.
Yeah, it's because weirdly, like, although even today, although Tokyo is obviously made up of the special wards and the districts, in many ways its outer edges function essentially the same as a prefecture would. It's got a very special sort of status. So here's that shot with the Japanese flags. They are visible on the mast just here, which in my opinion confirms that they are World War II ships as opposed to ones that the Allies had.
Yeah, they got
It also
the Imperial kind of stripes.
Yeah,
and, like, it also made me feel the horror vibes really hard. This one just reaching up and grabbing it, like he's Jason, like just out of the water.
he just grabs the mast with his bare hand.
Oh yeah, some people are still confused. This movie looks like it's set in the late 1940s, maybe 1947, not in the 50s, and certainly not in 2024, like someone suggested earlier.
This is the earliest point on Godzilla's timeline, unless you count the Godzillasaurus part from King Ghidorah.
Or whatever monster.
Hey, if this was set in 2024, we must have just sat around doing nothing for...
We did World War II again. we did a rerun.
World War II.
Everyone just like wanted to cosplay as like people from the 40s.
Yeah, we did a really good job of it.
Godzilla attacked at a very awkward time.
So, it's just after the moment where he shoots the atomic breath, this explosion.
Oh yeah, and that looks like Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, there's a brief blue flash before the ammunition magazine explodes.
So this character, we can't tell who it is, but it's possibly Sosaku / Shusaku Tachibana, played by Munetaka Aoki.
its face is going to become a meme. I feel it. It's going to be in relation to something really grim, but it's going to be taken out of context almost immediately. For the $2, Plague Doc. I hope Godzilla catches lightning and does a 360.
360 no scopes a warship. Nice.
So yeah. This shot reminds me of Godzilla 1998.
I was thinking that too, but I didn't want to say that because I'd be booed.
Yeah, that ship was like on land though.
Yeah, but this
It makes me think, is it maybe referencing like Eiko Maru and Bingo Maru from Godzilla 1954 again?
I think a ship is just destroyed.
Yeah, like they
That's
were
the
blown to
reference.
pieces. There wasn't like anything left of them though. Thanks for the $2, the
We're
almighty
not
Oreo
reading
King.
that though.
I'm
We're
not
not
going to read
reading
that one, but
No.
thanks for the money.
No.
Otherwise, we'd be
Thank
here
you.
forever.
So
Thank you for your contribution. We're not reading it. I'm sorry.
Much appreciated, but yeah, we'd be here all day if we
So-
were to start going off on
Okay,
that
who's
tangent.
this lady? Who's this lady?
so this character is named Sumiko Ota and played by Sakura Ando. Ando has been directed by Yamazaki before in Ballad, The Tale of Kamakura. As far as tokusatsu media goes, she played a spirit in Takashi Miike's The Great Yokai War, Guardians.
Thank you for the $2, Plague Doc. No scope hits Mount Fuji, killing Japan. Okay, it is on YouTube. Okay, but my thought about this is clearly in a military uniform. I'm wondering if this scene might even be like before Godzilla attacks.
Like in the aftermath of World War II, perhaps.
Yeah, like, because again, a lot of this movie is going to be dealing with specific World War II trauma. So I don't know how like veterans after World War II in Japan were treated. I don't have the answer for that, but I'm wondering if that's possible, like for this.
It's definitely, and like this shot here is magnificent.
He
I can
yeets
say
the
that
ship
much.
like grabs it and throws it.
It's like the same thing with the train at the very start. It gives the impression that this Godzilla is as much a physical fighter as he is like a beam like fighter, which is just really cool. He's super strong in addition to having like all that atomic energy in him.
Oh yeah, so Cringe Baby did bring up a good thing earlier, which is that he hopes that this Godzilla film puts the perception of Godzilla
Belief,
Godzilla movies as being just like mindless action myth to sleep forever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I'm so tired because even now, like people in fandom, and no offense to anyone here who just likes the monster scenes, that's fine. Watch the movies you like to watch. I love getting the human part of it. Like Godzilla 2000 is my favorite movie strictly because I feel like the human cast is so good. Like it's aggravating that we get so many ideas of like, oh, we don't need like the human part. We can just characterize through the monsters. No, I want the human part.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a film where the human part is especially important, I think, given the context.
So, Astounding Beyond Belief, who couldn't be here, brought up that this line, "That monster will never forgive us." He said, "Makes me wonder if we're getting a GMK type Godzilla. If memory serves, the interpretation of Godzilla embodying the Pacific War dead was around well before GMK."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking specifically because Final Wars is one of the more recent ones I've watched. They mentioned specifically about like years ago humanity made a great fire and then Godzilla never forgave
Humanity, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for the £5, Kaiju Fan 1954. Will this be coming out worldwide or just USA and Japan? I don't know about worldwide. I know it's getting a full release in America.
Yeah.
It seems like I
Yes.
don't know about anywhere else.
So
Toho's really pushing it.
someone said 1,000 screens in the United States. Regal, Cinemark, and AMC at least are gonna be showing the movie. So there's gonna be a lot of opportunities, unlike the limited release that Funimation gave Shin Godzilla.
And
It's
another
like-
thing to mention, just I think this movie is going to get pushed heavily by theaters, is that this is because this was made in Japan with no like American interaction and strictly in their market. This is one of the few films that is not going to be considered struck work, meaning this is a movie that can be promoted without violating the writers and actors strike. So it's
Yeah,
going to
because
get
it's foreign media.
heavily promotion because of that, because it's outside of
Yep.
that.
It's interesting because we are seeing this with other international film industries. Some film industries are following in solidarity with the writer's strike. I know that there are some studios over here in the UK which, even though they aren't members of the SAG-AFTRA union, they are halting filming in sort of solidarity. But other film industries around the world are continuing to go. So we're seeing a similar thing with other international productions getting more representation at the moment. It's interesting.
All right, so possibly unintentional, but this line is somewhat of an inversion of the one from The Return of Godzilla, wherein Hiroshi Okumura says that he can never forgive Godzilla. Both lines use the word kaibutsu, a general term for monster. Survive and fight.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty
Sounds
much it when you're forced
Sounds
into
like
a corner.
tagline to like a video
Yeah.
game.
I
But-
think I've seen
Wait, go-
the phrase "survive and fight" also pushed a bit on some of the sponsored ads on Reddit, because this is getting heavily pushed over there,
yeah.
and it's even been.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
even getting them here in the UK. So
It's reached.
Yeah.
This is like, for a Japanese Godzilla movie, I guess. I mean, we don't have much recent examples, but it's reached number 2 on trending on YouTube. And
Yeah.
What was that?
It got to number 1 at one point.
oh, really?
it did. Then
Yeah.
something overtook it.
Probably a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just print money to print money.
Quick, say Mr. Beast so that this gets pushed in the algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast.
So
Anyways, what I like about this final shot is that I think it really like emblemizes that they're bringing Godzilla back as a victim, because the line before it is Godzilla will never forgive us,
Yeah.
which is sort of tying back to him being a creature that was a victim of the atomic bomb, like you know, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were. And in
Yeah.
this final shot, we see scars from what I assume are supposed to be like a bombshell attempt from whatever navy Japan has left. And I think this could also be, you know, just right after he got nuked.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
We're lacking context right now, but it's to show that Godzilla is in pain.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
and it looks exactly like that shot of the Mutos hitting.
Yeah, that famous like still of him roaring to the sky, which is him actually screaming in agony.
It's like,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, it also reminds me of that one piece of fan art that got pushed everywhere around the time of 2014's release, where Godzilla's bleeding and he's like got the blood coming out of his
The
arm
zombie
or something.
Godzilla.
Yeah, the zombie Godzilla. It kind of reminds me of that vaguely.
Oh
which is
yeah,
kind of fun.
the red.
Yeah.
Uh,
I had one thought I wanted to share about this because we talked about like scarring and stuff. I mentioned this before the stream started, and I've already forgot the name of the book it's from. But Tomoyuki Tanaka, the producer of Godzilla, has a book. It's like Definitive Edition Godzilla. Is that
Definitive
title
edition
Titanic?
Godzilla introduction, and it's like it provides some illustrations of what the I guess
backstory of Godzilla is?
yes.
Yeah. Godzilla was existing peacefully underwater with his family and got nuked and like scarred, and that's why he like looks the way he does, and that's why it's all like revenge. And I'm wondering if at least some ideas from that are being adapted here. again, that's all speculation, but it would be neat because I don't think many of the movies specifically ever like covered that idea that Tanaka had, which
Yeah.
I think would be interesting to cover.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $5, Plague Doc. I loved Godzilla ever since I was 7, but my one issue is that Mr. Beast won't use his Beast Mech to fight Zilla in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Rust map snipers only. You really got me in the first half. You had me in the first half.
So Cringe Baby 2 says the US Navy and Russia's Pacific fleets are probably the only thing that could fight Godzilla back then. See, that's the thing. I've pointed this out a few times in our other videos where we've talked about this. This being set immediately after World War II means that we are going to see only like the very first jets that like the USA has, if any. It's going to be piston fighters for the most part, which means we might actually get to see Godzilla going up against like Zeros and Key 61s and sort of Key 43s and kind of the ex-Imperial Air Force aircraft and obviously Imperial Navy aircraft, which is interesting because, of course, the first like aircraft scenes against a giant monster was King Kong, and that also had like piston aircraft in the form of the biplanes. So we're weirdly going full circle, which is kind of cool.
And thank you for the another $2 and $1 Plague Doc. I have not watched Kaiju number 8.
That's one above.
Mighty
Yeah,
number.
Minus one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Mighty number 9. Okay, I've heard of Kaiju number 8. I haven't watched it or know what it's about.
So, Misk notes. December 1st US release date. Yep. Trailer made it number 1. There was a short teaser in addition to the trailer with some extra shots, mostly close-ups of characters. This one actually had a, let me pull it up. The teaser had a shot of Godzilla's dorsal fins that were like extremely reminiscent of the opening of Godzilla 2014.
Yeah.
I put it in the community.
Yeah.
I put a community post about it, so you can check that out. But yeah,
Yeah, those are like, it's like a freeze frame of them, right?
they're neither of them are freeze frames. I think both of them are tracking shots, like seen from whatever scope. But they're both in black and white, and are of the top of Godzilla's fins, going past the water like shark fins. So other characters not mentioned are Shiro Mizushima, played by Yuki Yamada, and Yoji Akitsu, played by Kuranosuke Sasaki. They're on the Toho website, Godzilla-movie2023.toho.co.jp. Let's see.
Gojira -1.
But there's also a letter from Douglas MacArthur about them detecting Godzilla, and which is kind of a neat touch.
Yes. I skimmed through the teaser, and the shot of the fins and the MacArthur letter weren't there. I don't remember where they were from.
I'm not seeing it either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither.
They came from somewhere, but I can't find it.
Perhaps.
It's a mystery.
It just fake. Oh.
Let's see. So Naoki Sato is doing the music, and he previously created arrangements of Godzilla's theme for Always 2 and Godzilla the Ride.
If that's a score in the trailer, then it's quite good.
Kozo Shibasaki is director of photography. He's been working with Yamazaki since his very first film, Juvenile, in 2000. Also did Always 2. Kyoko Shibuya is VFX director. She's the first female Godzilla effects director, though the specifics of her role are unclear. She's done many Yamazaki movies, including Always 2. And Minami Ichikawa from Shin Godzilla, is lead executive producer. He follows in the footsteps of Tomoyuki Tanaka and Shogo Tomiyama.
Thank you for the $5, Atomic Crusader. I think we just answered that like as soon as you sent it about who's composing the music. And I've already forgot how to pronounce the name.
Naoki Sato.
Yes. Some other questions I was seeing. Do we think this movie will have a sequel? I think it's too early to tell, but from tone, just tone alone, I'm going to go after the idea that this is going to be like one movie, and that's it. We're definitely going to get another Godzilla movie, but I'm thinking just from the tone, it might just be standalone.
It definitely seems that Toho's ramping up their production.
Golden, what'd you say?
OMG, Gareth Edwards.
Oh, yeah. Low quality JPEG.
It's making a new movie soon.
Yeah, what's it called? I know it's something sci-fi adjacent.
The Creator.
What?
It has Mecha Sarazawa in it. But all tying it back to that thumbnail.
Tyler, the Creator.
The Creator.
So, I mean, we didn't cover this. Here's a couple of pictures of the maquette of the Godzilla design from the visual world crafting of Yamazaki Takashi, film director. It's an exhibition that they did last month for the director of the movie. You can see some very low quality concept sketches. You can freeze frame that and see what you can make out.
Do you think this movie's gonna get an art book like Shin Ultraman did?
I hope so.
100%. 100%.
It's a major Godzilla release.
Yeah, we're gonna get a 600-page art book just like Shin Godzilla.
I forgot Shin Godzilla's one that was that long.
You got more.
Oh, I really like the bottom right one.
Yeah,
I
that's really nice.
He looks benevolent.
I mean, if we're going with the fact that he's been hurt there, that's a neat idea to follow of him being benevolent to a point.
Lord 2 Senpai says Kiryu Kazuma versus Godzilla. I think it's kind of obvious who's going to win. It's Kiryu. Look, have you seen his Tiger Drop? He'd knock Godzilla out.
I think Gordo would do some shenanigans
times
in the background and make Godzilla trip into the pagoda again.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they haven't done like a full tokusatsu sub-story in the franchise yet. Like, Yakuza 8, come on guys, you know what to do.
Kiryu is not even a main character anymore, so they can't do the Mecha Godzilla joke.
Well, I mean, hey, he's the deuteragonist in Infinite Wealth, so maybe there's still a chance.
Anyways, do we want to start wrapping up here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think we covered about everything. It was a 1-minute trailer, and we've went for 40 minutes. Yeah.
I am looking forward to the movie, and I can't wait to see it on December 1st.
Yeah.
I don't know when this will release in the UK, but since they're serving adverts to me in the UK on a UK IP address, I hope that means that there's at least something planned. If not, I will find a way to watch this, and I'm sure I am really going to enjoy it.
You're getting it direct to VHS pan and scan.
Yeah, I'll have to pull the old Panasonic out from the loft and hook it up to my antique cathode ray television that's also up in the loft.
I'm looking for a CRT. But yeah, I think that we covered just about everything. Titano's scrolling through some other pictures of the maquette, but I'm sure those might even just be on Wikizilla's website right now. Oh
yeah, those are. Well, I don't know. The Twitter maquette pictures. Those were just from. I just downloaded them from Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter anymore. X.
Yeah, I mean X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. All right. So.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much everything. Bada boom, bada bing.
Bada boom, bada bing. Good night, everyone. Have a good.
This has been great fun, and I hope to see you all again.
Quack quack.
Do they hear that?
Yes.
Is it over?
No, I haven't pressed end stream, but Golden, you
The stream, I gotta go watch
Nope.
Night of the Blood Beast.
Golden, you can go,